Hey guys, how's everybody doing? This is Frank from Tiny Plastic Spacemen. Just wanted to kick things off with, I haven't done any videos yet really, so, but I've been meaning to, and I finally told myself this weekend, I just need to do it and not worry about getting everything absolutely perfect. So here we go. This might be a bit rough and ready, but things will improve, I'm sure. So, first of all, this is going to be, well, hopefully a weekly or mostly weekly set of videos that I'll just call On the Workbench or something like that. Basically, just what I've been working on for the past few days, or if I'm away, what I've been working on for the past couple of weeks. So, first thing, and these guys are nearly ready to go. Still, obviously, some bare plastic, as you can see. But first thing I've been working on is this Wraithknight. I'm trying to just move around without actually dislodging the tripod. But just adjust the light a little bit. This camera isn't the greatest for close-up, so unfortunately I don't have much of a option here. But I need to dig around and find my other cameras. But been doing this Wraithknight. He is going to have fully customizable, swappable weapons and everything. The customer wanted basically everything swappable. So yeah, a lot of work. But basically, there you go. Some of the parts are magnetized, some parts are just pinned, some are just held in by stiction. But basically everything will be swappable. This here, the cool thing about some of the newer GW models is that many of the parts just fit together like Legos, really. So into this whatever you call it, the weapon holder, that will basically be able to fit the really large, long weapon. I think it's a Sun Spear, and this is the little sort of doodad that attaches with it. And basically just going to add some super glue or CA glue on that just to thicken it up a little bit, or maybe inside there. This smaller piece is for these twin cannon option. So one of these has these swappable parts on it. The other already has this one glued on, because there's no need for two of these. You only get one. The other cool thing with this set is we got 5 Dire Avengers here. However, one of them, and guess which one, is an Exarch. And which one is this one? And the reason I know that is because you can take his head off, swap it for the Exarch helmet, take the weapons off, and give him any weapons you want. So there's this little, I don't know what you call that, shield thingy. There's this spear thingy. So there he is holding those. Or if you want, you can give him the double gun weapon option, like that. You can also give him the sword, which is fairly cool looking, and the pointy gun option, which probably I need to modify so it points out a bit like that. Just add a bit of green stuff. And in addition to those, obviously there's the back banner, which is just a pin, and that fits in like that. It's not perfect, but that's just the way it's lined up. Maybe can fix that a little bit. And then there's the, I don't know what that is, the back knife, and that will fit in as well. Just need to cut the pin down a little bit. The most fiddly bit of this was the front tabard, which I'll just take his head off just to make it a little bit easier. Yeah, so this was a major pain, actually. So, that kind of fits in there. And well, anyway, there's a pin that goes up into his crotch. So, it sounds painful, and it probably is, but he's just a little plastic model anyway. And then there's these 3 Slith models, one of which already needed some bit of repair because it's only available in Finecast. So let me just move some of these guys out of the way, because once these guys are all done, and they're not too far from being done, I've got a whole day tomorrow and maybe the evening tonight to do a bit of painting. I've got a ton of the brand new Blood Angel sprues to paint up. I think there's 20 guys here, and these are just going to be painted up as tabletop standard. One of them, this one here, I believe that's Dante, needs to be stripped and repainted. But again, just a tabletop standard, so nothing really massively special on these guys. So those will be, that should be a quick one. And then after that, I've got, Mechanicus to do. I've got a bunch of Skitarii, fresh brand new box, so I'll be building those, as well as a Night Warden, which should be interesting. Not too much reflection on that, hopefully. And while I'm doing him, I'm going to do my own Imperial Knight, which I bought ages ago, before the Night Warden came out. But I started this guy quite a while ago when I was working on some other knights for commission. I was like, well, if I'm going to be buying 2 or 3 knights, I may as well buy one for myself, because I've been kind of wanting one for a while. But I don't want to, I basically don't have a lot of time to do my own stuff, so unfortunately. But what I've been doing with this guy is, if I can find all the parts, I didn't actually get all this ready. So he's going to be fully magnetized, of course. So we've got, let's see here, we've got, if you're familiar with the Knight, you'll know what these parts are. So there's the ammo bit for, I think, the Melta or something, I don't know. Here's the other half of that piece. And, there's this is what I call the realistic option. Now, obviously, as you can tell, it takes a lot more work to actually do. Now, the realistic option is because I don't have So I don't have a magnet in that piece, but that's because it plugs into this piece. Getting to where I can build these in my sleep now. And that will just go straight onto that. Actually, it's upside down. Goes onto that. Like that. And the melta cannon bits fit there. And you might notice, if you're familiar with the Knight, is there's an inner piece that goes inside there. I just need to find it. It's somewhere. It's in here. And basically, so obviously easily swap that piece. But not everyone goes to the trouble or the bother or whatever you want to call it to actually put magnets absolutely everywhere. So now that we'll just hold on to the back end of that. So it's not a proper full action figure, that these pieces just come off fairly easily. But let's see, there's the cannon one. There you go, you get the idea, hopefully. All these pieces just swap on and off, and if you really want that piece in the middle, which I figured why not, I may as well do it, that piece can go on and off fairly easily. And now I'm going to have a Melta option that will go onto this piece, which I've already glued something there. Is that turnable? No. yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out something there. But basically, just cut that off, drill it out, and put in a magnet in there. So that can be swapped in and out. Obviously, the torso, it's the first thing that I magnetize. The arms are another thing. That's just ease of use, really. They're not really necessary to do that because, as you know, there's little slots in there that you can take the bits on and off. So, obviously, a bit of work to do on this guy, but I figure I may as well just finish him and paint him up myself. And you may notice on the torso, the legs are quite a bit different. It's because I'm just experimenting, because this is probably the third or fourth one that I've built. Experimenting with changing the foot position. I can't remember which one's right and left. So, yeah, so we'll put in, cut the pistons off, glued in new pistons, sculpted, well, if you can call it sculpted, pieces in the middle there for the ball joints on the feet, etc. So that's my knight. And after that, it'll be a busy couple of months. Got this Cerastus Knight, Archeron, just picked up today from the Forge World shop at Warhammer World. So this is quite cool. Oh, and the new catalog. I should have picked this up. Picked up an extra one for myself. There's all the brand new stuff in there. Pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll have to flip through that. In addition to that, because Forge World doing a limited promotion, basically, we've got the Knight Scion, which is basically just the standing version of the Knight pilot that sits inside the body of the Knight. So, yeah, quite cool. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't put together one of these Forge World Knights yet. I've done 4 or 5 of the so-called normal Knights. So, if you're interested, keep watching for a very short, impromptu unboxing type video. Some really cool stuff. Obviously, going to take a bit of washing. So we've got the sides of the carapace there. We've got the leg. Yeah, looking really good. Armor plates, which are my most favorite bits to paint on these. Quite neat. That should be fun. The nasty, nasty, nasty weapons. A pair of them there. Yeah, you can see how they key into each other. It's quite cool. Ammo belts, the top of the carapace. I think these are obviously they're the coolest looking ones. So, yeah, good. And the pistons, I'm not really looking forward to this part, but it should be interesting to do. Because you have to cut individually, depending on what pose you want, cut them however you need it. There's the seat for the Scion. It's pretty interesting. First time I've seen that, actually. I know you can get like an inner piece. There's the back of the Knight. So, yeah, looking pretty cool. And then the tabard, or banner, or whatever you want to call it. This is going to be free-handed. I think we're going with House of Veroni for this particular Knight. So it's going to be white and green. So I'm going to pick up some clear green paint. Yeah, so really looking forward to this one. But unfortunately, there's all the other stuff that I got to do here in the background. And the other Knight, of course, not on camera. Yeah, the other bag. The bag of slightly smaller parts. So yeah, there's lots of pieces here that if you're familiar with the Knights and how they go together, there's the ends of the ankle pistons. That's pretty cool. So they do literally just slide right in. So maybe there's not a lot of cutting that you need to do. The heads on the Forge World Knights look much cooler than the standard ones. And these look quite familiar. Let's do those. there's one of the, that's the ranged weapon, which is, the barrels are right there. So it looks like it's broken off the gate. And then there's the surround for the shoulder piece. It's quite cool. Yeah, so definitely, ooh, and looks like a heavy bolter or something like that, I'm not good at identifying the guns, but yeah, didn't know that was around. And foot pads and stuff like that. Yeah, it looks like foot pads. So yeah, that's really looking forward to this one. Unfortunately, I do have to do the others first before I actually get to this guy. But no matter what, it'll be good fun seeing how everything goes together. So here's the instructions. Going to be a lot of epoxy and pinning and CA glue used, I bet. But these do look pretty good. They look really, really good. Very good, yeah. So, sorry, don't want to get too drawn into reading the instructions there. Yeah, so that is everything that is on the workbench this week. And all things working out well. I have another one next week and one the week after that, etc., etc. And we'll see how you go. There's links in the video description for all the links to the Tiny Plastic Spacemen Facebook page, the website. So please feel free to drop by and see work in progress pictures. There's a logo done by my friend Paul. Thank you very much, Paul. Looking good. Let me make sure to give this pin with the Night Warden that I'll be doing. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Drop me an email. Get in touch. However you need. There's Facebook, email, the website, and a bunch of other ways. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.